Yeah, we're back with more Danganronpa 2. I'm here with Waffles, and Zell will be joining us in a little bit. I think she's trying to figure some shit out right now, but actually, I'm gonna let her know. I'm gonna let her know. I'm gonna let her know to like say hi when she jumps in, so I know she's here. I will not get the Discord ping. Yeah. So we are continuing chapter 4. We got the trial tonight, so we're finishing chapter 4 tonight. It should be interesting. I don't know. Have you been thinking about this at all? I know you've had a busy week, so maybe you probably haven't been thinking about it all that much.
I haven't, but now just like as you were kind of making the introduction, I have been kind of mulling it over. It's like if it does follow the trend of the previous game, I feel like we kind of know what happened then. Or at least maybe not like the series of events. We might not know exactly how it happened, but I feel like we know who the murderer is.
Yes. Oh, yeah, you said following the trend. Yes. In that case, yes, if it does. My thought is that may have been a misdirection that they said that, because it does, like, if that is really what happens, that really gives it away pretty heavily. But
it's like I feel like if there is a murderer, then I think we can rule out Akane. Despite her having, I feel like the motive here was because like everybody was starving to death, so I feel like Akane does kind of have like the biggest motive there because she's constantly always eating and snacking. But I feel like if we can kind of rule her out just because of the relationship that she had with Nekomaru.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I will say, I think based on the evidence we have, it seems very unlikely that any of the boys did it. Based on just that we know that the elevator was broken from the Great Hall side. They were all, besides Nagito, they were all in the common room on their floor when like the sound went off, right? Because the alarm clock. Yeah. So it would have to be one of the girls, I would think. But I will say,
I feel like it would be Sonya. There's really no evidence backing that statement, but I feel it's just a feeling. If it was one of the girls,
yeah, that's a possibility. That's a possibility. I will say, 1 second. I think there's a possibility that this is a sort of an assisted suicide. And that
was an assisted suicide. Would there be a punishment then?
See, that's a great question. I think there would be. I think that would be the direction they'd go with it.
Okay.
But I don't know. Anyway, I think we've spun our wheels on this long enough. The trial's already going to be pretty long. Let's just jump into it.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah. So I still have not gotten any skills. I've met with most of the characters at least once. I think I've met with all the characters, at least all the ones that are still here, at least once.
What do those skill points do exactly?
The skills like give you like certain advantages and stuff during the trial. So like, you might have something that's there's some other stuff, but you might have something that's like your bullets shoot faster, or like the reticle is more the reticle moves faster, or moves more, or is like you can aim easier or something.
Gotcha. We're already halfway through the game and have unlocked nothing.
Yep. Yeah, you would get them from the free time conversations, but we've done at least the start of most characters' things, and we haven't found any.
Jeez.
So I don't know what's up with that. We might have to get like a few conversations to keep with people to actually unlock the skills. And because we've been spreading it around so evenly, where we're like trying to do one with this character, one with that character, one with that character, we might just not be getting deep enough into any of them.
Gotcha.
Okay, let's go.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the
We
if
don't
you
really need
vote
to see this
Kyle
part.
punished whoever.
Huh? I'm here today because Coach Nekomaru risked his life to protect me.
Hold on 1 second.
Alright.
Never mind.
I'm gonna be the one who avenges him. I'll definitely find out who the killer is. I'm definitely not tempted by curry. Got it?
What?
Akane, you seem to have an impressive amount of drool flowing from your mouth.
Hey, why don't we try going over the incident? We weren't able to leave Strawberry House, so I want to make sure we get a detailed understanding.
I discovered Nekomaru's body a little before 7 a.m. I headed over to Grape Tower from Monokuma Taichi and found the body there. Hajime and Chiaki were also with me.
Hajime was with Miss Sonia and Chiaki that early in the
Come
morning?
on, Kazuichi. Come on.
Don't tell me you three were together since last night!
No.
Imbecile! I am not some woman with flexible legs.
What?
Of course you're not. You're much classier than
I
that.
guess that's a way to say that.
With legs like those, I could probably do the splits real easy.
We just happened to run into each other on the first floor of Grape
Good
House
lord.
and went to the tower together.
And then, the three of us discovered Nekomaru's body.
The body discovery announcement was made soon after. Akane heard that and rushed over.
We heard the body discovery announcement too, from Strawberry House, obviously. As I recall, we found out the elevator was out of order, which left us stuck.
So we decided to go to the tower for the time being and headed for Strawberry Hall. But someone even broke Strawberry Hall's door button. We couldn't go anywhere because of that.
Thinking we should at least find some method to communicate, we set our sights on the lounge telephone.
Forget these boring intros. Let's talk about the killer. Anyway, it's definitely someone from Strawberry House.
What do you mean, definitely?
There's no way a chick would kill someone so cruelly. So it must be one of you Strawberry House dudes.
That's very
One of you
adamant.
better hurry up and confess, or I'll break all of you in half!
You're the cruelest one here!
Now, enough with the lovers' quarrel. We need to think about this seriously. We don't have the luxury of discussing irrelevant things. The incident this time has many questions.
It's true. We also apparently still don't really know the layout of the building or
The
something.
incident notwithstanding,
Yeah.
I also have
Well,
many questions.
Nagito does.
Yeah, he like
We
figured
don't,
out.
because
Yeah,
Nagito.
because he
and,
won't
like, even though
explain
we're trying-
shit.
Because even Nagito's mind doesn't explain shit.
even though we literally were in his mind for a while, we still don't know. Because it's like I get I'm getting the sense that they're not the same tower was the idea. I don't know how or why, or how that
Start with
fits
something
into this,
even
but
Miss Sonia
that was
can
probably
understand.
really important.
The weapon. Well, the weapon is obvious, right?
No,
What the heck,
Nagito's
you
being
guys?
such
The
an
weapon.
asshole.
You can totally tell just by looking.
He is, and it's like all of a sudden he just became so like he just looks down on everybody all of a sudden.
Yeah. You can tell what the weapon is just by looking. It wouldn't be much of a mystery if that were true. The only thing in the crime scene that looked like a weapon was probably... I think he's thinking about the pillar.
Or the hammer.
Or the
Because his head
hammer.
was-
You're right.
like-
You're right. He is thinking about the hammer.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer. The killer used that hammer
door.
And beat the crap out of him!
If it was unexpected, I suppose that is
It
possible.
could be that. I mean, that was the only orange
That's right.
line so
It
far.
was a surprise beating!
Oh, it could be that.
No.
Nope, that was wrong. Okay, so it was the first one.
Damn it!
I also didn't go through all the lines
I
yet.
guess we should figure out the weapon first.
I should let the lines play out.
The weapon was right there to...
That pillar.
No, the hand the killer used and beat the crap...
If it was unexpected,
That's right. If the weapon is decided.
Okay, so it is... It's literally the orange. Wait.
Okay.
I guess we should
So
figure out the
new
weapon
hammer.
first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
Oh, new looking. That's
pillar,
the
huh?
that's the thing,
No, the
right?
hammer. The
He
killer
didn't
used
beat the
that
crap out
hammer
of him
and beat
because the
crap
hammer
out of him.
clearly wasn't used.
No, that's wrong. No, I can't accept that that hammer was the murder weapon.
Why not? Why can't you accept it?
A lot of oil was flowing from Nekomaru's body, just like human blood, right? If the hammer was used to beat Nekomaru, you'd expect some oil to be on it at least. But that hammer was clean. So that's why you can't accept that it's the murder weapon.
Yup.
Well, yeah, but the killer might have wiped off the oil later.
why?
Well, obviously, to make the hammer look like it's not the
I
murder weapon.
mean, it's not entirely simple.
Yeah, but I
bother
feel like
cleaning the oil?
they would do,
If they didn't want it to
you
look
know, they
suspicious,
would do a
they
lot more
would've
than just
discarded the
clean
hammer.
up the oil from the hammer.
Yeah, well, yeah, there you go. I mean, what Fuyuhiko just said. They would have just discarded the hammer.
You're pretty insightful, baby gangsta.
Oh, what?
What?
Oh my
Why?
god, he is not gonna like that nickname.
Nope.
That's fantastic, though.
Baby gangster? Me?
I like that a lot.
Just so you all know, I was trying to test you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, sure.
Kazuichi, you're a
I
piece of
thought
shit.
maybe you guys mistook the hammer for the weapon or something.
It seems that was a waste of time.
Then what was the real weapon used to murder Nekomaru?
That's the problem. There wasn't anything else at the crime scene that looked like a potential weapon.
The pillar!
How about we look at it from a different angle? If it doesn't have oil on it, it's not the weapon. So whatever has oil on it must be the weapon, right?
The actual weapon has oil on it, but if it's something at the crime scene that has oil on it...
I see!
The pillar!
The only thing with oil on it is that broken pillar.
Then that pillar is the weapon. Coach Nekomaru got clobbered with that pillar.
Nobody could withstand a blow from that pillar.
Yeah, but nobody can push it either.
Except for Nekomaru.
Even if you used 100% of your muscle strength, it would be impossible to wield it as a weapon.
Why?
We tried to move it, right?
I guess since Cell's not here.
It's no use. It's barely budging.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Oh my
timing,
god.
Cell.
We
You
literally
just missed
won.
your first
You just
line.
missed your first line. Oh my god. Well,
perfect.
it's fine.
Hello.
Hello, Zell. That's really funny.
What I missed?
You just missed your
You
first
just missed
line.
your very first line.
Oh.
Literally, you came in as Waffles was reading it.
That's funny.
We kind of just started. We talked a little bit about predictions at the beginning. We started the trial. We went over that Kazuichi said that the hammer is the murder weapon, and then we decided that's not possible because the hammer had no blood on it. It was completely clean, as if it had never been used. And now we're talking about the pillar as the potential murder weapon. Didn't I tell you? Oh yeah. We couldn't lift up the pillar, is
that
what we're
pillar
talking
was
about.
pretty freaking heavy. But there's one dude who could have lifted that pillar.
Huh? Who are you talking about?
Coach Nekomaru's robot body. With that dude's super strength, lifting a pillar would be real easy.
Yep.
So, he lifted the pillar, and then what? Did he use it to beat himself?
You mean Nekomaru killed himself?
That does seem to be the angle we're going for
Don't
right
be
now.
stupid. He ain't the type to commit suicide.
Then even if Nekomaru could have lifted that pillar, it has nothing to do with the case at all.
Well, I guess you're right.
What the heck?
But it does bother me a little. That word, suicide. By the way, the fourth murder of the Killing School Life was apparently ruled a suicide. Huh? No, that shouldn't matter. There's no way Nekomaru would commit suicide.
But that's a problem. If it's not the pillar, then there's no other weapon we can think of.
There may be a way to use the pillar as a weapon without lifting it.
Huh? For reals?
Yes, for reals.
I see. So my gut was right after all.
Oh, Zal, there was one other really important thing you missed.
What was that?
Akane referred to Fuyuhiko as baby gangsta.
Oh, that's cute.
Just remember that.
That's so cute.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. He obviously not a fan, but I love it.
Yeah.
All right. It's up to you, Sonia. Prove that pillar was the murder weapon.
Understood. Then I shall give it my all. Sonia, here I go!
Oh. What? Okay, interesting. It's an interesting angle. I have a feeling that means they're gonna want us to agree with her on something.
There's
Possibly
no need to lift that pillar.
Well, the wire was wrapped around him.
If the pillar
Yeah.
was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
Fell on
What
the
about
floor.
tipping the pillar over?
Yeah, that's what I
Aimed
was
right for his
thinking.
head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over.
Considering the pillar's weight, it probably exerted a ton of force.
Sonia, you go, girl. I'm getting hella excited.
Was that... Okay, so there was only the one line. There was only the one line to hit. What
There's no need
was
to
it
lift that
blue? I didn't
pillar.
even see.
If the pillar was not lifted,
I think they're all contradictions.
beating him with it is beyond
It
a
was
dream.
orange.
What about tipping the pillar over?
Oh, it was orange, yeah.
Yeah, it
They
was
aimed right for his head
contradicting.
and bullseye.
So
Even
we
I
couldn't
could
tip the
probably
pillar
tip it
over.
Considering
And then
the pillar's
Fuyuhiko's
weight,
weight comment.
Oh,
yeah, right there.
pillar's
It's also-
weight.
a ton of force.
Yeah.
Sonia, you go, girl.
Pillar,
I'm getting
or
hella
fragments,
excited.
doorknob.
Let's check out the clues. So we have wire, we have the broken doorknob. Let's kind of.
I don't think any of the. I think I need to
There's no
copy
need to lift that pillar.
Fuyuhiko's.
You think so?
That's what I'm
The pillar
thinking.
was not lifted.
Wire, maybe. Goodnight button.
Beating
I don't see how
him
any of
is
these
beyond
relate
a
to the
dream.
pillar. That is just
What
the
about tipping the
pillar.
pillar over?
Chain, pillar
They aimed right for his
fragments,
head and
broken
bullseye.
doorknob.
Even I could
Um,
probably tip it over.
Broken doorknob, but
Considering the pillar's weight,
I'm gonna try it.
probably exerted a ton of.
Sonia, I'm getting hella excited.
There's no need to lift that.
If the pillar was not beating him with it is beyond a...
What about tipping the pillar over?
Damn it.
They aimed right for his
Oh.
head and bull.
Even
I
I could
Considering
I-
it could probably
The classic.
Sonia,
Okay, I need to slow down
I'm
time for
getting
that.
hella excited.
You need to copy it again,
There's
don't you?
no need to lift
Oh,
that
you're
pillar.
right.
pillar was beating
I
him with
forgot
it
it.
is be-
What
I
about
need to
tipping the
copy
pillar?
it
They
again.
aimed right for his head and.
Even I could probably.
Considering the pillar's weight, it probably
What?
exerted a ton
Oh,
of
it
force.
went up
Sonia,
too far.
I'm getting hella
Oh
excited.
my god.
This is the
There's no
pain
need
of
to lift-
The
this.
pillar was beating him with it is...
What about tipping the pillar? They aimed right for his.
Even I could.
Considering the pillar's weight, it probably
What?
exerted a
Oh
ton
my
of.
goodness.
Okay, I'm gonna slow down time for
I'm
that
getting
too, I
hella
guess.
excited.
There's no need to lift.
If the
Jeez.
pillar was beating
I
him
don't know
with
why
it is-
What
it's
about tipping the pillar?
not
They aimed right for
working.
his head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip.
Considering the pillar's weight, it
There we
probably
go.
exerted.
Sonia,
Got it.
I'm getting hella excited.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was beating him with it is beyond.
What about tipping the pillar over?
Nope, that was wrong apparently. All that effort we went to too.
Damn it!
Okay.
There's no
So,
need to lift that pillar.
then I guess, yeah, we do have to think of what we have.
The pillar was not lifted.
So,
Beating him with it is beyond a dream.
broken doorknob?
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over.
Considering the pillar's weight,
Yeah, we're kind of low on
We start
time.
shooting stuff. Oh, we are low on time, you're right.
Yeah, because it was just trying to copy the one statement that freaking
Yeah.
flushed through
Okay, yeah,
our
let's look
time.
at the stuff. Okay. Wire wrapped around Nekomaru's body. Okay. Button on the back of Nekomaru's neck. When this button is pressed, all of Nekomaru's functions cease. Yeah, okay. Oil on the floor. Oil that was flowing in Nekomaru's body, the majority of it came from his fatal head wound. One of the pillars on the side of the door was tipped over. The damaged area of the pillar was also stained. It was so heavy that even two people couldn't budge it. Beam was wrapped around the handles of the door. And which color fragments? One small piece of stone was scattered underneath. Oh, that's. They were scattered underneath Nekomaru's body. However, there were no fragments on top of his body. That's right. I forgot about that. So the pillar was already down when he died. He must have already been down
Yeah, so we have to contradict her statement.
with pillar fragments.
Damn it!
Okay, so we might be able to do this.
There's
really
no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not beating him with it is beyond.
What about tipping the pillar over?
Got it.
No, that's wrong.
Nice. Ooh, with 2 seconds left.
Oh man.
I was a
Okay.
close one.
If Nekomaru was crushed by the pillar, then there should have
Man,
been fragments
that's
on top of
we.
his body.
I gotta go back through these before the stream from now on, because like that was something we definitely talked about last week, and I just didn't remember.
Yeah, no, that wasn't top of mind either. Like as you were cycling through the
Yeah.
clues.
Huh? Fragments?
The pillar fragments were scattered beneath Nekomaru's body, but there weren't any on top of his body. If the pillar had been tipped over and crushed him, the fragments should have been on top of his body instead.
Yeah.
I briefly considered that too, but it's probably not what happened.
I see. That was entirely my bad.
No, it's cool.
If they didn't tip it
experiment.
over, then how did the killer murder Nekomaru with that pillar?
How much longer are you gonna focus on the pillar? Just let it go already.
There's no way I can let it go. I'm positive that Nekomaru was killed by that pillar.
why are you so certain about that?
I just have a feeling.
A
What?
feeling, huh? That's just your instincts.
But we can't say for sure.
I don't know.
that
I feel like
instinct
that's a little
is wrong,
sus.
Can we?
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. Oh, okay. So I said when we were doing predictions, one of the things I talked about. So last week Nagito talked about how all of the murders so far fall in line with patterns from the first game's murders, kind of hinting that maybe this was a suicide. And my thought was that I think there's a possibility that it was an assisted suicide. And
I see.
so my thought is maybe Akane helped him kill himself. Though I do feel like she wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But it's possible
same.
someone else did,
Like,
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know if that's the case here, but yeah. Huh?
There's another way to use that pillar to kill. You guys just haven't noticed it.
Also, Nagito being the condescending asshole he's become as of late.
Is that true?
Then I shall ask you, what way is that?
Oh my god, this
You
guy.
guys, same as usual.
This guy.
You're unable to clear a path to the future with your own powers, so you just stand there and falter. What a waste of talent. And you all intend to fight the Future Foundation? You make me laugh.
What did you say?
Regardless, it's not like I want to die with the rest of you. So I guess I should lend a hand.
Well, that's a fucking real change of tone for
Hey,
him.
Nagito, what the hell happened to you? How come you're not talking like a lunatic anymore?
I've learned a valuable lesson. Ignorance is by far the greatest shame.
Huh? What do you mean?
Who cares? Just tell us how the pillar was used to kill!
Well, first of all, the pillar itself is not enough. But when combined with a specific item, there's a way it
Yeah.
could be possible.
I was thinking that with the wire.
A specific item?
Of course, the ultimate weapon.
Or something completely different.
Ultimate weapon?
Isn't that the thing you get when you clear the final dead room?
So, Nagito knows what the ultimate weapon is?
Yes, and maybe he'll tell us about
Of
it.
course I know. But I'm pretty sure everyone else has seen it, you know? We've seen it?
That's right. You've seen it clearly.
Oh god, what do you get?
Because I, the one who has claimed dominion over evil, am the ultimate weapon. I am he who cuts the insolent catalyst which flows out from the chaos with the sword of victory. It's only fitting that I deserve to be called the ultimate weapon.
No, you are far greater than the ultimate weapon, since you wield your 4 dark davas of destruction.
This is fantastic.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, this has to be a real ship at this point. There's no way Sonya Gundam isn't real.
Yeah.
He always gets so bashful when she compliments him too. They're totally into each other.
I don't know why, but I'm not liking this.
Cut the bullshit and say it clearly. What is the ultimate weapon?
In order to clarify that, we first need to solve the secret
Yes.
of the funhouse.
Yep.
Huh?
About
The
fucking
secret
time.
of the funhouse?
Yep. There we go.
You still don't realize it? Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you? Ah, I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
Except for Hajime?
Yeah, no one else knows
If
yet.
we make it out of this, I'll explain it to you guys.
Anyway, we must first clarify the secret of the funhouse, right? Then I think it must have something to do with the structure of the funhouse.
What are the chances that...
Strawberry House leads to Strawberry Tower, and Grape House leads to Grape Tower.
What are the chances that Nagito is lying and Hajime does have an ultimate power? I mean, I honestly don't think he would lie about it.
Because his demeanor completely changed ever since he saw that book.
Yeah.
So I feel... So I don't know.
I don't think he would lie about it, but there's just like the thought in the back of my mind. It was like, are they really gonna... Is Hajime really not gonna have any ultimate talent? I don't know.
But in actuality, they are both the same building, and both houses are linked to the central tower. It is undeniable that such a sweet building structure is the secret of the funhouse.
Man, not only does that make perfect sense, but Miss Sonia's beautiful voice is just so soothing.
Faux show! I shall leave this matter to your discretion.
Oh, no.
I love Sonya. I'm with Kazuichi on this one. She's fantastic. Houses are connected to the tower in the middle. I thought that at first too, but I ended up finding proof that completely contradicts that. Yeah, they're not. There's more to this than that. Wire, goodnight button, to over pillar for you using at wall clock broken to enough strange feeling in tower. Okay, I'm looking at that right now. Yeah, I'm literally thinking the same thing. Like, let's get this one in the bud. Yes, okay, so I had a feeling this one was important. Regardless of whether you enter the tower from Grape Hall or Strawberry Hall, the placement of Nekomaru's body, the tipped over pillar, the oil sink, even the assembled parts of Kazuichi arranged look exactly the same. Yeah, so it's like, you would expect if you enter from the other side that it would, like, you'd be on the other side of the room, but you're not. It's almost like you enter in at the same side of the room. Okay, I think I remember what I had thought about this. So I think what is actually happening is that the building is rotating. The building rotates to open up on the same side regardless of which part you enter in. Which also means that the buildings aren't necessarily directly across from each other. They could be in any circular formation, since the door is actually rotating to you. But I would think that's the important part.
Are actually the exact same place.
Or they're not the same
that's
tower.
the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors.
That's not the problem.
And the designs on the floor are also different.
Those are just lights.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
Okay, that's not really the point. The whole time we've been thinking the two towers are the same building, but that was the only mystery. There's no way Nagito would mention it here. Okay, I think it's
In
Sonia's
truth,
thing to
Strawberry
start.
Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same.
No, that's wrong.
Slow down is
Look
the
at
key
those
there.
towers. Are they really the same place?
Why are you asking that now? Do you harbor a grudge because my kingdom destroyed your homeland?
It didn't, though.
Hajime, I won't tolerate any sort of rebellion.
I mean, doesn't it seem strange? When we went to Grape Tower from Grape Hall, Nekomaru's body was in front of the door to Strawberry Hall. But when we went to Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall, his body was in front of the door to Grape Hall.
It's probably some kind of trick, like the floor rotating 180 degrees or something. If it is, then see? That means it could have passed as the exact same place, right?
Yeah, I guess that's not
If so,
true.
then what? Do you seriously think such a simple answer is the correct
No,
answer?
you know, I know that was what I was thinking. So you don't have to be a dick about
Does
it.
that mean he's wrong?
Oops, I guess I've said too much. If the floor didn't rotate, then that means we need to think about the structure of the building again.
Bow down.
Ooh, okay.
Then how about this? Somebody moved Nekomaru's body.
What? That's stupid.
Well, we were moving from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, but we should have all been together during that time. Even if they tried to move the body inside the tower.
Then Monokuma did it.
No.
While we were moving, Monokuma
You
quickly
know
moved
that's
things
not
around.
true.
But Nekomaru's body wasn't the only thing moved. Are you saying the broken pillar was moved?
If it is too heavy to carry, let them roll it. Just like if there is no bread, let them eat cake.
Okay. This is the dumbest fucking argument.
There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have, and Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Speaks of the princess. She's overcoming my arguments with great confidence.
There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Really? Okay. I don't know why.
There are many different
You
ways.
missed one of the words, like it didn't break completely.
Yeah, but like,
Body and the
why?
pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Well, there we go. I
Moving
think
the
I
body
get
and the
the gist
pillar
of
in
it.
such a short time. That might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think?
Okay.
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly
Oh,
strong.
I'm not even.
Wielding the power of the pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene? He could have moved it all, easy as pie.
Everything at the crime scene. Okay, yeah, I fucked that up. But I don't... I'm trying to look at what the,
There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled.
Pillar fragments? Broken
And
doorknob?
Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece.
Oh, broken doorknob,
I
maybe?
decree it was Monokuma's doing.
That's my guess. Yeah, I
Damn
mean,
it.
I have to restart that one anyway.
There are
First thing
many
for the thing.
different ways.
Yeah, I think.
The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar
Okay,
could have been
I have
rolled.
the gist of this now.
And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Okay, I almost fucked that up, but I gotta just do two. It's like you do two in one direction,
That might
then
be
two
hard
in the
even for
other
Monokuma, don't you
direction.
think?
Is the trick
It
apparently?
seems you have forgotten.
Oh, whoops! I keep forgetting that
Monokuma
this is also part of
surprisingly
this.
strong, wielding the pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene.
No, okay. I also forgot. I also missed the first thing.
Yeah, you cut the
seems you have
first argument.
forgotten.
So.
Yeah.
Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the futuristic Robo-Bear.
What?
The pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene?
I don't know how to counter futuristic Robo-Bear. What does that have to do with fucking anything?
It seems you have forgotten.
Um,
Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the
Oh,
futuristic Robo-Bear.
the oil?
The pillar, the body, everything at the crime.
Yeah, you can't move
Yeah,
the
'cause
oil.
you can't move the oil that's splattered on the
Moving
ground.
the body and pillar is possible, but it would have been impossible to move the oil on the floor.
Yeah.
Huh?
Still
The
such a
position of
weird game.
Nekomaru's body and the pillar changed. The oil surrounding his body moved too. Physically moving all of the oil like that is simply not possible. No matter...
Then it's impossible to think it was moved.
I am terribly sorry. I cannot believe I got so fired up.
I don't know why. It was such a dumb argument.
It's all right. A fired up Miss Sonia is awesome to watch.
So what really happened? Does that mean the two towers aren't the same building?
We can't be certain of that either. Not when the experiment involving the handbook I left on the tower floor was a complete success.
Yeah, the E-handbook was still there. That's why we thought the two towers were the same building.
But I guess they put it right in the center, which is why they didn't notice that.
If they're not the same building or two different buildings, then what are they?
No idea, huh?
Well, you know, it takes some time to think about. This mystery ties to the secret of the funhouse. But we don't have enough clues to solve that mystery. So the only thing we can do is rely on the one person who has those clues.
Hey, Nagito. I thought it would come to this. I knew my turn was coming up.
Yeah, because you're the one who fucking knows the things.
Fine. I'll tell you guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the funhouse.
Give us the answer, not a friggin' hint.
You shut up, just he's doing it more than he otherwise would. Just let him give us the hint.
Then it wouldn't mean anything. I need you guys to do this class trial properly. It's also important for me because it will help me determine something.
Determine? Is he talking about the traitor? If so, why did Nagito say that all of a sudden? Did something happen to him?
But how do we know your hint is any good? It's suspicious that you're the only one who knows it.
I have a good reason for that.
He
The
did the final
reason
victim.
I'm the only one who knows it is because I was the only one who performed the appropriate action.
He performed the appropriate action in order to learn the secret. Could he be talking about, yeah, the life-threatening game?
I see! You're talking about the final dead room, right? You cleared the life-threatening game there and found something, didn't you? That's right. The hint is what I saw after I cleared it. In the depths of the final dead room, there was a hidden room surrounded by concrete. And there, a small, conspicuous window waited, all by itself. From that window, I saw some very strange scenery.
Strange scenery?
Instead of explaining it, it might be faster just to show you. At an opportune time, I found a perfect camera in the final dead room.
You took a picture?
Ah, I was wondering when the camera was gonna come into play.
Yeah. Nagito grinned creepily as he retrieved a small digital camera from his inner pocket.
See? This is it.
And as he said that, he showed us a peculiar picture.
Let me explain it to you again. I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House, from the secret room within the final dead room.
Oh, shit. That's certainly not ground level.
But don't you think it's weird? If the funhouse's structure is what you guys have been thinking, then there's lots of things that don't make sense in this picture, right?
Huh. Lots of things that shouldn't make sense in this picture.
Then let's begin. Shall I call it thinking time?
Yeah.
Because you'd think that there would be like something on the opposite end of that tower based off of how we imagined it.
Yeah,
so the elevator, I think, does go up, in fact. I don't...
Maybe, yeah.
And so does the floor on the tower along with the elevator? I don't know.
Oh, I mean, that's possible, yeah. What doesn't make sense in this picture? Oh, spot selection. Okay, well... Tower, right? There's only one tower in the picture. That's what we've been thinking all along. I mean, it's not natural at all, don't you agree? Oh, what?
Here!
Okay, so it was just fucking off to the distance.
The structure of the funhouse is what we thought it was.
Then that's where Grape House would be, yeah.
Grape House and Strawberry House should link to the tower in the middle. Which means, if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you should
Yo,
see
what's up,
Grape House
Moonstar? How are you doing?
But in this photo, I don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all.
I see.
Ooh,
And
good
is
to hear.
that it?
Nagito said there's lots of things that don't make sense in this photo, which means there are other contradictions contained in it. What else? Well, okay, it's the fact that we're really high up, yeah. Right?
I guess, yes, click on the trees.
Here!
Yeah. So that's first
You said
floor
this
of
photo was
Strawberry
taken
House.
from the hidden room inside the final dead room, right? If that's the case, then that means it should have been taken from the first floor of Strawberry House.
Yeah, it should have been.
Then this is definitely strange. This photo doesn't look like it was taken from the first floor. The angles suggest it was taken from higher up.
So then,
That's right. Good call. In summary, this is the truth contained in this photo. The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower.
It's not? Are you saying that Grape House is merely an illusion spell cast by Monokuma's cursed eye?
I don't think that's what he's getting at.
From this point on, do your own thinking. Now that you've finally met the same requirements as me, if you guys are truly symbols of hope, you can easily solve a simple mystery like this.
Sure.
It might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student. Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent, You already know about the other clue.
I was about to ask if he was still being condescending to us, and now I have my answer.
And it's not just us; it's everyone. He's just condescending to everybody now.
Just became a prick.
The other clue? Is he talking about that one time? Why, hello there, Hajime. Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up. You showed up? How did you even come here? That's right. Maybe I teleported.
You're referring to when you suddenly appeared on the second floor of Grape House, right?
Yeah.
I'm asking you just to be safe.
Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. So the hatch in the final dead room led down to Grape House, because Grape House is below Strawberry House. The bottom of the building is Grape House, and then Strawberry House is above.
The top floor, right?
Such sharp eyes. So you realized it already.
Top floor. So the third floor?
But the Monokuma archive should be the only room on the third floor of Grape House.
What does it mean?
Was that thing just now another hint to figuring out the mystery behind the funhouse's structure? The reason Nagito appeared from the third floor... Using the photo he took, I might be able to find the answer if I just think about it. Alright, let's do this. Hangman's Cabinet? Or is it Logic Dive? Ah, Logic Dive. Okay. Well, I think we know what we're looking at. You gotta remember the controls, though. Okay, that's... Okay. Okay. Strawberry House and Grape House both exist. I mean, they exist, yes.
It was wrong.
It's like, no, they don't exist. Are Strawberry and Grape House the same building or two different buildings? They're the same building. Strawberry House and Grape House positioned with each other vertically. That's the trick. I think this is the first time I actually knew the answers to these questions before we did it.
Yeah, they were kind of straightforward.
Yeah, but I think we already figured out this mystery just from the details. Where usually we get into the logic dive and it's like they ask the question, we're like, oh, that's what's going on? Oh, that makes sense.
It's all coming together.
Got it. I know the secret of the funhouse.
Then let me hear it. What kind of answer will you give, I wonder?
In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, I didn't see Grape House at all. So
Oh.
where did Grape House go? There is only one possibility. It was in a position where it couldn't be seen from Strawberry House.
It's on the moon.
Which means Strawberry House and Grape House are in the same building, but on different floors.
Same building, different floors?
Same building, different floors.
Then the two houses aren't two different three-story buildings. They're actually one six-story building?
If you think about it like that, based on Nagito's picture, it's clear where Strawberry House is located.
Oh. Where Strawberry House is located.
I see.
On top of Grape House. That's where Strawberry House is located. Because of that, the photo taken from the first floor of Strawberry House was at a high angle. Altogether, this means the first floor of Strawberry House is also the 4th floor above Grape House.
Oh, snap. I never expected that the two houses were
Oh,
connected
snap.
vertically.
I love how Sonia's just like, every so often she's like, she tries to use that lingo.
But what about the shape of the building? The two houses were completely different shapes.
Strawberry House is 4-sided, and Grape House is 6-sided, right?
I mean,
It never occurred to us that they were the same building because it was structured with 2 different shapes.
but was it though?
A quadrilateral and a hexagon. Overlaid atop each other to misdirect how we would perceive them.
Yeah, it's totally possible, right?
And it worked, didn't it? Disregarding the tower, we fully believed the two houses were 2 separate, distinct buildings.
In order to conceal the unique design of the funhouse, Monokuma put us to sleep so we couldn't look at the outside of the building when he brought us to it.
Yep, that makes sense.
You've just been Kuma'd! Don't you think
I mean,
a
it's
building
clever.
full
It
of
was just
so
really
many
confusing.
surprises totally
Yeah.
deserves to be called a fun house?
You know, Monokuma, I'll give you that. Very surprising.
The building was really like
Oh, and when you press the button before you enter the tower, then the floor moves, like the floor of the tower moves along with it. So that's why, like, you need to wait before you can open it, and nobody can be inside the tower as well to kind of conceal that secret too.
Yup. Yup.
That's right! Those two houses exist on different floors in the same building!
And that's also why the stuff is in the same place, because it's just moving vertically.
Yeah.
constructing a building like that on your own without my knowledge? How horrible!
Well then, I guess that really opens up the possibilities, because it's like, I don't know.
Then what about the towers? Are they arranged vertically just like the houses?
Yeah, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower should have also been different floors inside the same building. Just like Strawberry House was on top of Grape House. Strawberry Tower was also on top of Grape Tower.
However, if they're different floors within the same building, why was Nekomaru's body in both places?
Aw, your precious hammies don't know? But it's so simple.
You know, you were such an idiot earlier. You don't get to be like
Shut the
that.
fuck up, Kazuichi. Yeah,
Yeah,
didn't
you
know
don't go
either.
after the hamsters.
Yeah, also that
Watch
too.
me, Miss Sonia.
Oh, that's right. That actually makes sense. He's being competitive with Gundam because he keeps seeing Gundam and Sonya get along.
Oh, I see. Do whatever you
Oh,
want.
and she does not give a shit about him.
I'll definitely make her watch me. I'm gonna stand out till she notices me.
Oh my god.
Oh, what a simp. Oh,
Oh man.
so
It's really
bad.
funny. Okay.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Then hurry up, dumbass!
I actually don't remember what we're talking about.
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
Oh my god, are you serious? Okay.
In a fake
no.
body.
What are my options?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should
Pillar,
be possible to construct a
fan,
dummy from spare parts.
doorknob,
You're magnificent, Gundam!
strange feeling tower,
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight.
file.
So which one was the fake body?
Well, let's see Monokuma file number 4. What exactly
Yeah.
does it say?
Yeah, sure. Victim is Nekomaru Nidai, aka Mechamaru, after his robotic transformation. Body was discovered in a great tower just inside the funhouse. Head is severely damaged beyond repair. That should be considered the cause of death. Despite the fact that his arms and legs are dismembered, these limbs were actually designed to be detachable. Aside from that, several other... Okay. So it says he was he was discovered in Great Tower. What were the other... Gotta like go through my things again.
Goodnight button chain.
Does that mean the killer prepared it in advance? Wait, but it's not... They were the same... they were the same body, though.
No, we gotta contradict the dummy statement, at least, so we know that.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Then hurry up, dumbass!
I'm gonna try the wire.
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
Nope, not the wire.
Damn it!
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a
Midnight
flash.
button, silver pillar,
Then hurry up, dumbass.
pane, doorknob.
Maybe
One of
the tipped
bodies
over
in one of the towers
pillar?
was actually a dummy.
You mean a
Yeah,
fake
maybe.
body?
Nekomaru died.
Well,
It should be possible.
You're magnificent!
No fair. You
It
told
was
me
either
so. Which
orange
one?
line.
Shut up. Just
It
pick
looks like.
one of them.
Oh, was there not another orange line? Did I
I
just
think
miss
there were
it?
2.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Then hurry up, dumbass.
One of the bodies in one of the was actually a dummy.
No, it's not the silver pillar.
Sorry.
That's alright.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Let's check. What is the thing for chain? That's just chain wrapped around the door. Killers over the tower.
Yeah, I guess because he wouldn't be able to enter through both. If it was a dummy, it's like how would they be able to enter through both towers? I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
So it might be the chain.
Yeah. Train feeling tower.
Then hurry up, dumbass.
Oh, whoops, I wasn't
One of
looking
the
at
bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
it. Nope, not chain.
Damn.
Damn it!
Yeah, we're almost.
I'm gonna solve
low
this
on
mystery in a flash.
Yeah, I mean that's
Then
not.
hurry up,
Yeah.
dumbass.
Broken
One of the
doorknob.
bodies in one was actually a dummy.
Nope, I'm just trying everything at this point.
Damn it! I'm gonna solve this mystery in a
I mean, strange feeling
Hurry up,
tower
dumbass.
would also
One of the
work.
bodies in
I
one
guess.
of was actually a dummy.
I don't know if they use the same one again.
You
though,
mean a
you
fake
know?
body?
Why not? Oh, I want to see what the other
Nekomaru
arms.
died with a mechanical body.
Nekomaru does the mechanical body.
It should be possible to construct a
Okay, but that, I mean, that's just true.
So which one? Shut up! Just pick one of them.
Yeah, we're gonna try this.
Would you
I'm
be able
gonna
to use a
solve this
mechanical
mystery in a
body
Then
on
hurry
dummy?
up, dumbass.
Oh, you know what?
One of the
Yeah, you're
bodies
probably
in
right.
one of the towers was actually
Yeah, I'm gonna
a
do
You mean
that.
a fake
I think
body?
that's the
Nekomaru died
play.
with a mechanical body. It should be possible to.
You're magnificent!
No fair! So which one? Shut up! Just pick one of them. I'm gonna solve this.
Then hurry up, dumbass.
One of the bodies in one of the was actually a dummy.
Oh, it's actually not
Damn
that.
it.
But I guess I will try strange feeling.
I'm gonna
And then
solve
we're
this-
gonna lose if
Hurry
it's
up.
wrong.
One of
And we
the
need to
bodies
start
was
and
actually
try
a
again.
dummy.
I don't.
It was
know-
strange
Oh
feeling.
shit! Oh my god. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's fine. We exhausted our options. That
Nekomaru's
makes
body
sense.
wasn't a dummy.
But I know what you
That can
mean.
be proven by Kazuichi's account.
Me?
Remember? When we moved from
Yeah.
Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower,
All the parts you took out of the thing were still taken out.
we thought the body had moved. And that's when you said,
Not just that, the parts I carefully arranged when I disassembled the body all moved too.
right up until that moment, you were disassembling Nekomaru's body at Grape Tower,
Yeah.
right? The killer couldn't have
Why did
known
they
how
give
to
us
take apart his body,
like
so
that?
they couldn't have built a dummy.
Unless Kazuichi was the one who built the dummy, then it would be a different story.
Ooh.
Oh.
Miss Sonia, that's a pretty
She
harsh
doesn't
joke.
care for him very much.
No. I feel like she's just growing more and more of a distaste for him.
I
As
can't
she should.
exactly blame her. Yeah.
Yeah, as she should.
Oh yeah, no, I
joking,
agree with her.
It's alright. Kazuichi is not the killer. If he was, he wouldn't have fixed the elevator or the button in Strawberry Hall. It'd be much more convenient for the killer if it stayed broken.
I see. That is disappointing.
Whoa, what is that supposed to mean?
Even more disappointed.
However, even if Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy,
She was
it's
like,
meaningless
"Oh,
if
we were
don't
gonna get
have
rid
the
of
important
Kazuichi
answer."
finally."
The reason
so she could run off with
Nekomaru's body
Gundam.
was in both towers, even though it was supposed to be on different floors.
Maybe it was simply moved?
The body moved to a different floor?
You can't think of a device like that? A device that moves things to different floors in the same building?
Are you kidding me? Okay. We're okay, sure. A device like that? A device that transports things to different floors in the same building. I feel like I've seen that before. Alright, let's do this. Are you serious?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh, it's a fucking elevator.
Yes, it's called an elevator. We've said it 400 times in this chapter. Oops.
There's no.
Oops. That's... whoops, I did the wrong thing with it. I didn't... Actually, that one's getting too big. I won't need another B. Or another L. E. Okay.
I have to say, it is surprising that it actually was an elevator in that time, because we were just so led to believe that it wasn't an elevator.
Yeah. Or that there's... We knew there was something up with it, at the very least. That it was very suspicious of an elevator.
What? Are you saying Nekomaru's body was transported using an elevator?
Where the hell is this elevator anyway?
Are you serious, guys?
It's the tower itself.
Yeah!
The inside of the tower is one big elevator. Which means the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down like an elevator. So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall, it all leads to the same room, right?
So that's why we could only enter it from one side or the other.
Now that you mention it, sometimes when I pressed the door button, it took a while for it to open.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive, just like an elevator.
Yep.
Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator, then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower?
Huh.
And a picture of a grape on the far back door when you enter from Strawberry Tower.
I'm pretty sure it's there just to fuck with us.
Yeah.
If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
I wonder... Is it possible that, like, the back wall does not move with the room or something?
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape Tower had chains wrapped around it, right?
Yeah. And
But
then...
when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were gone.
Yeah, so that's why... Yeah, that's why I think they're just, like, the back wall doesn't move with the rest of the room, and they are just actually different doors.
Not just that, but if I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken off.
There are too many strange things. Was that tower really an elevator?
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad.
What did you say?
I love the optimism, but
So,
I don't know
let's put
what
aside
you mean by
what's
that.
changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
Why do we have to do that?
It's fine. Come on. What does everything that hasn't changed have in common?
Things that didn't change when we moved between the two towers. That includes the body, the pillar, and the oil. We've been talking about that stuff for a while now. There shouldn't be anything strange about them. Not even the fact that they all moved with the elevator. The one thing these all have in common, they were all on the floor.
I see.
So it's just the... Well, that makes sense.
Safe
It's
to say
just the
that
floor
all
that
the items on the
moves.
floor didn't change.
And
And
why did the picture on the far back door change? If you can figure that out, you'll have the answer. The reason is because that elevator has something unique about it.
Something unique about the elevator. Only the floor moves.
I see! So that's it. The elevator was designed so only the floor moved.
Only the floor moved?
Yeah, it's probably like a cutout of the floor, too.
Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator, only the floor was.
Oh, this makes a lot more sense.
That's why
I
we
like
saw
could
different
not
doors
in my
in
mind
each
picture
tower.
it for a second.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why it felt like it was slowly rotating for them, because it does technically still have to rotate the doors, right?
No, that's not what they're saying. It's the floor.
No,
The floor's going up and down. The doors are actually just on the affixed to the wall.
Yeah.
And then the floor moves up and down to match the like where you're at, but the walls don't move. So they are actually different doors. Just one's at the bottom and one's at the top.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And on the 4th floor, which was Strawberry Tower, a different door on the far back wall had a grape design.
Then, where do the different floors lead?
I
Nowhere.
want to say they lead outside, but they're probably just for show.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. They're literally just to fuck
for
with you.
show.
Yep.
Why was
Which
something
does
like that necessary?
which does beg the question. Does beg the question why someone chained the door, Strawberry Tower door.
So we'd falsely believe that the doors were connected to where their picture signified. It was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building's structure.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But I guess it means whoever designed this building had a totally twisted personality.
That's for sure.
Did you hear that, mon ami?
Don't blame this on me. Take responsibility for yourself.
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
Not cool. What?
Like, there's no way that's gonna happen. Stop with the tasteless jokes.
By the way, what does the chain on the far back door in Grape Tower mean?
It was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right?
Yep.
Like you said, I could probably use these parts to repair that button, but
Seriously? Hold on. Even if you do repair that button, what's going to happen to the chain on the other side of the door? Chain? The door that leads to Strawberry Hall has a chain wrapped around the doorknob. Even if you fix the button on the Strawberry Hall side, the door won't open as long as that chain is there. You don't need to worry about that at all. Huh?
The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower.
Yeah.
Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the funhouse. The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building. In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen that contradiction firsthand. And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth. The truth that the two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical building. The killer wanted to keep us from learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that?
Would it really have inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
Yes, so.
It would have been a major inconvenience. After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Hold on. You're progressing much too quickly. there's still a contradiction concerning the building structure.
Is there?
What a pain. It's fine already.
Gundam, please proceed.
Wow, this is really turned into the Win Sonia's Affection show, hasn't it?
You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right? If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other?
I see. Now that you mention it, I completely forgot about that member. Maybe it's just a fucking elevator.
The good elevator, not the shitty one you've been using to get to the trial.
If that elevator moves vertically, then when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot about that part. I mean, maybe it turns. I don't know. Maybe it rotates.
Does this reflect reality? Inside Grape House, Grape Hall is on your right when your back is to the elevator. And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hall is on your left when your back is to the elevator.
True.
Which means the houses are on
Okay.
opposite sides of the tower.
But that's not true, and we know that's not true.
Answer me, fiend! What does this mean?
What does this mean?
I'm almost starting to wonder if Sonia and Gundam did a tag team murder.
Or if they will soon.
Wow. Yeah, if they haven't yet, they will. But I almost wonder if they worked together to do this. Just based on this whole stuff. But also, they might just be, having a thing.
They have a good, yeah, they just have good rapport.
Yeah, they're having a moment. I agree. What does this mean? If the two houses are connected vertically, the position of the tower should be the same in both houses. But in fact, when my back was facing the elevator in Grape House, the tower was on my right. And when my back was facing the elevator in Strawberry House, the tower was on my left. How can I break through this contradiction? Okay. It must rotate or something. This appears broken door up strange feeling tower. Okay, contact elevator for Yuhiko's account. Strange feeling, doorknob, Akane's
The two
account.
houses are connected.
Let's look at some of this stuff. Okay, so we got what else? Akane's account. Apparently Akane heard a rumbling noise at around 5:30 a.m. Okay. Apparently Fuyuhiko saw Nekomaru walking toward the first floor of Strawberry House at 5 a.m. Neither of those sound completely relevant to this. The contact elevator used to move between both houses was broken and no longer worked. It's apparently broken at the Grape House side, so the last person to use it would have arrived at Grape House. Interesting, okay. What else is there? Now you just said an appearance. Supposed to be at Strawberry House, but he appeared at Grape House via some unknown method. The contact elevator should have been broken. I don't think that's what we're looking for here. What else is there? Strange feeling?
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Which means your reasoning...
It's clearly contradictory.
What's with this iron curtain of teamwork?
They are being really adamant about refuting all our points. So Gundam and Sonia have matching arguments. It sounds like it makes sense, but is that really correct? Okay, so
If the two houses are connected vertically...
The elevator should move.
Elevator.
Vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
No.
Damn it!
I'm trying. Okay, I'm gonna run out of health soon.
The two houses are.
What else was there? It was Connie's account, Miko's account, contact elevator, Nagito's here. Oh, is Cousin Michi's account one of them? Oh, duh. Okay, I think I misread which people's accounts were on the thing. This is clearly the answer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that, yeah, Kazumichi's account is one of the options. Oh, they're all on here, that's why.
Vertically, not horizontally.
I literally missed the most important one.
However, at both
Okay,
houses,
let me
the
speed
contact
up.
the towers are in opposite directions.
Wait, what?
Damn it!
Wait, what?
I guess Kazuichi's account on
On the
vertically?
other one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well we're gonna start. Okay, we're gonna have to retry. I guess it's on vertically. That makes perfect sense to me. Okay. Damn.
If the two houses are connected vertically.
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
Yeah, that was the one. I really think the other one makes sense too, though.
The elevator wasn't just moving vertically.
I guess it's because it's specifically about that.
Isn't that right, Kazuichi?
Huh? Me?
Come on. You used the elevator while you were holding that compass Nagito gave you, right?
Ah, that. Yeah, it was pretty strange. From start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees.
Yep.
Rotated 180 degrees?
Yep.
Meaning, as the elevator moved between the two houses, it also rotated 180 degrees.
Well, I think how the screen just did a false rotation to accentuate that point.
It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side.
Interesting.
Which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house, right?
And thanks to that, the tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House.
An elevator that rotates while it moves. Is that even possible? It's like something from an amusement
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is possible.
Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know.
It's a good point.
And
We
since
are
the
an
building
amusement
doesn't
park.
really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun.
What?
That's not splendid at all. You're inhuman.
You say I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear. So I was never human to begin with. I'm different from these lowly humans.
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right? Then let's start talking about the important stuff. What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know.
What is the Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
No, you have. They told us about that.
Oh my. I can't believe I have to explain that now. As long as you know what an Octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
It's so strange how far Nagito has come from, like, the beginning to, like, the second chapter to now.
Yes, but also, guys, what is an octagon?
Oh, no.
Clearly a six-sided die.
Oh, I didn't pay attention in school, guys.
I cannot believe they actually are asking me what an octagon is right now.
I almost spat out my water when I saw that.
If I recall, an octagon is a shape with 8 sides, right?
Guys, we did it. We know our
Wasn't
shapes.
geometry, like, in middle school? Or younger?
Yeah, something like that. I'm pretty sure we had geometry in middle school. They should know what an octagon is.
I didn't expect you to know that. For a substitute reserve course student, you're quite knowledgeable.
Come on.
I guess I should continue listening.
I like how
Where
it
is
was
the
just
place
us
befitting
making
of
that
the name
face.
Octagon?
Just like, of course I know that. Like, they fucking teach you the shit on Sesame Street. The place befitting of the name Octagon. It's probably... Place befitting of the name Octagon. So wait, it was...
Here!
Yeah, it's the... like, the outer rim, right?
You're talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
What the f... How did that... Okay, whatever.
Why is that place the Octagon?
Because they told us that's what it was called when they told us what the final dead room was.
You know how the four-sided strawberry house is on top of the six-sided grape house? If you cut a four-sided shape out of a six-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
That's basically the gist of it.
Yeah, makes sense.
The true identity of the Octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final dead room. In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the Octagon.
But it was not there.
Learned? The true identity of the ultimate weapon is
the funhouse itself. Okay.
Which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru. Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the funhouse from the scenery. And then thought of a way to kill making use of the building structure.
The funhouse itself is the weapon. So they killed using the building structure?
Yeah. The pillar. They knocked over the pillar. It's part of the structure.
That's why the window was there. That was the ultimate weapon, like it led you to see it.
Yeah, that's the idea. Interesting.
But more importantly, using the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime.
Boy. Yeah, so I guess they did something. The idea was to do something that would cause the pillar to fall.
It truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
The funhouse, the true identity of the ultimate weapon. What does this mean? How did the killer use that to murder Nekomaru? And who is the killer who did that? Okay, I guess it's intermission time.
Hiya!
Why, hello there. I thought of a new bad word to call Mono-me. Oh.
Can already tell I won't be pleased by this.
Then let me say it right away.
Hey, I'm already used to insults and slander. There's no way I'll get hurt by a mere word.
Mono-me is a serious stuffatly.
What is that?
I guess stupid, fat, and ugly.
Oh, okay. That was very... That's much more straightforward than I expected. Stefatly, huh?
Tisk. That's not it. That's not it at all. Stupid, fat, and ugly. The perfect jet stream attack incorporating all three of these would be... Ta-da! Stefatly.
What? There's a fat hidden?
Okay, everyone, all together now. Mon-ami is a serious stuffatly.
Poor Mono-me.
It's like such a... I mean, I feel like that's the kind of thing where, like, if someone said that to you when you aren't in grade school, you just, like, would...
Laugh it off.
Yeah, you'd be like, that's just stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to take...
Hello. I hope your day is well.
I shouldn't have clicked the button. Do we want to take like a 5-minute break?
Yeah, sure, that works.
Welcome back. Took a bit there, and now we're gonna back to this. We got this Monami thing happening.
I force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up. My heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeehaw! But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons. And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
Yeah. We always save before this happens. Yeah.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
That was a turn.
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekumaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know? If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can. Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Akane! You were drooling waterfalls?
This is hilarious.
She's always hungry. Nagito, as usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway, if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Nekomaru's cause of death, huh? He was horribly damaged, as if he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. But if he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the building structure. So what was Nekomaru's cause of death that also utilized the building structure? Rushed by the elevator? Falling?
I see!
Oh.
That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
Like he went... Oh. Like he opened the door... Like, he found a way to open the door, like, oh, did he rip the door open? Like, from the top of Strawberry House and then jump off? Or maybe so...
Yeah, then maybe he hit his head on the pillar.
Yeah.
The pillar tipped over.
Yeah, that's also... Yeah, that's possible.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That, I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method.
And that would also explain why the doorknob was broken off from the grape door in Strawberry Tower.
Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
I'm still so suspicious of how much Gundam and Sonya seem to want to contradict every point.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? If I'm going to reach the truth behind this incident, I need to solve that mystery next. Broken doorknob. I think broken doorknob's gonna be our guy.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on, did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside, the other door won't open.
Oh.
Which means the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
Good night. Ooh.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
Okay, I figured it out. I need to make it clear so they understand that Nekomaru fell to his death. Looks like it's all up to me.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door.
It'd be impossible.
Then, after locking they moved the elevator and made use of the...
Hold on, did you forget the elevator has... As long as there's a moving object in...
No, that's wrong.
They put him to sleep so that the sensors wouldn't detect him.
That sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from. Yes?
That's what I was about to explain, before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Thank you.
Silence, pest!
Now you're calling me a pest?
A way to create the drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru is still in it. Chiaki seems to have an idea, but what way could that be? Another one? Yeah. Fire, kidnap button, oil on the floor, tripped over pillar, with hammer, chain, broken doorknob.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
Fire.
That arrangement
right?
is...
The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Silence, pest!
Don't be so cold. What if I start to enjoy it?
Boy. Nekomaru's inside the elevator. How can you create a difference in elevation? Okay, yeah, that's what they tied the wire to the doorknob.
If you arrange it a certain way,
Oh, wait.
you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling to think about the arrangement.
That arrangement...
The hammer is suspicious. Isn't it about time we went...
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems...
I agree with that.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, it's going pretty well so far.
Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Yep. That makes sense.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Huh?
The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower. And suspended Nekomaru in midair.
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like...
You better not finish that sentence!
Oy.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy.
Whoa, okay. Another one of these.
So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that. Why? If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that,
How do you get him to
how do you
fall?
get him to fall?
I was thinking that too. I mean, they just break the doorknob off?
Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
Or was it his weight that made it fall? This through the pillar?
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
Oh, not his cuts.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been asleep. If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. Now's the time. But in that case, you still won't be able to... Moving the elevator with Nekomaru inside...
Fox Alarm Tower.
It's just impossible. End of story.
Fox Alarm Tower. That's the one.
Damn it! Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wall, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him up. There's no way they could do that.
Okay.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he...
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
There we go.
Allow me to cut through those words. What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why... If something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right?
So I'm just gonna go ahead and say, this really doesn't look like a suicide anymore.
No, this looks really suspicious.
Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
Yep.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
I didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because... In that case, I shall use my full power. With an fierce roar, Nekomaru put all his power into grabbing the doorknob with both hands. But Not yet. Here it comes. The incredible strength of 1,000,000 horsepower. Oh. Wait, isn't it creaking? If you break off the doorknob, we'll be stuck in here. If that's really what it was, then that's the clue Nekomaru left for us to find.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig. Isn't that right, Miss Sonia?
Oh
If I'm
no!
a fucking pig, you can say so.
That didn't need it didn't need to be like that.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy. He gets off on this.
Oh boy. That's a good this is a good reaction image. I should screenshot this.
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
Doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor. The moment Nekomaru fell to the floor, the only thing I can think of that happened to him was he collided with the pillar.
I see!
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Yes, that's amazing.
I love it.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Yeah, so this is where we find out that the killer also changed all the clocks in the house, and it's actually 2 hours later than we thought it was the entire time.
Nah, that's impossible. Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know!
The mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. But I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more, and I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue to breaking through this contradiction. I know the answer, I feel like, but... maybe wall clock? Maybe?
We headed for Grape Tower before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's gotta
Maybe that's the one. The alarm that caused Nekomaru's death rang at 7:30 a.m. Yeah, discovered his body before 7 a.m. I'm gonna crush one possibility at a time if we're going to break through this contradiction. Let me just double check. So, 5:30, the alarm He was at the lounge. What coincidence? And this was go down at 5 a.m. Okay, so I'm thinking it's that last one that
Nekomaru died.
His time of death, one of those must be.
The killer probably did some. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
No? Okay.
Damn it!
We headed for Grape Tower before 7 a.m. I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
Killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
No. Other options here. Wall clock, you go contact elevator.
Before 7 a.m. I am certain.
Radio clock. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. You can't mess with the alarm because it's a radio clock. That's the deal.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died. His time of death, and one of those must.
The killer probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's.
No, that's wrong.
Doesn't really answer the question, but it's...
No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
And every other clock.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Oh, interesting. So now, yeah.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding.
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
This time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? Perhaps we've overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. Think. If I focus and think, I should be able to find that answer to that mystery. Is this a logic dive? Oh, another logic dive, huh? Okay. Oh. Oh. I fell right through. Okay. What did Hajime and the others misunderstand? What happened at the time in the building? Yeah, I'm assuming, yeah, the time was off. Because it was 2 hours later. Monokuma even mentioned that we skipped Tai Chi. Oh, really?
It looked like you should have made that one.
Yeah. I think just barely didn't make it. What? Oh, come on. This better not. This better not get in my way for too long. That would not be fun. There we go. Question 2. Which clock was tampered with? Pretty sure the building clocks. The building's clocks. I wonder if maybe there's like a central clock they all sync to. I mean, or someone just literally went to all of them. I mean, makes sense. Which had the wrong time? Yeah, both houses. The only person with the right time was Nekomaru. That was the point.
It's all coming together. You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks have been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
So
All
even
the
if you checked all
clocks.
the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
At least Nagito's looking up.
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
2 hours. She's right. That's the main problem. I need to clarify by how much the time was off after the killer messed with the clocks. That's definitely the next mystery. I'm going to reach the truth in one go. Wait a minute.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down?
If only
Oh,
I heard the
fuck.
sound when he fell. It would have been a great clue.
Ah.
Or his scream.
He's not the type to let out a scream.
Is Kane's thing here?
Only Nek-
Yeah, Kane's thing is that she heard the sound. That's actually
We would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that. If does not exist in this world.
That's a great look at it. How much did the killer adjust the time inside the building? I would even figure that out. Okay.
If the
So
time
it's
in the
Sonia
building, we
saying
can only
that
rely
heard
on
the
time
sound.
which clearly 7.
The problem is, what time in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used?
If only I heard the sound when he fell.
I agree with that. That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Rumbling?
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge.
Wouldn't that have also been when the alarm went off?
What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
Aw.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
How couldn't she hear it?
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane!
That rumbling sound we heard was at 5:30 a.m. It's like the answer to how much our time is off is literally right in front of me.
I see!
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru.
Lure out? Only Nekomaru?
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right?
Yep.
From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Besides messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing. If they were trying to lure only Nekomaru, then that specific thing is Monokuma's Tai Chi.
I see!
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Great Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
And when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning...
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m. And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
He's already late.
At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet.
Jeez, how outrageous. I didn't expect ever to ditch Monokuma Tai Chi. But it turned out like this after all, so I guess it can't be helped.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez. That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot or something like that.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's spot?
Wrong! Too bad.
Liar! I'm right!
Okay.
That's not it. It's incorrect.
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Interesting. Huh?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar!
Yeah, because it can't be, it's like I said at the beginning, it can't be any of the people who came out to the alarm clock at 5:30, right?
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhito's going to say next.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
I remember now. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell? Who is it?
Is that
Who's the
Nagito? Are they talking about
bastard?
Nagito? It's whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time, right? Wait. Gundam and Kazuichi both came out. The only person who didn't come out was Nagito.
You're the only one! The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
That's right. Nagito wasn't
But
there.
he's not the killer because... Okay, whatever.
It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
Yep, okay. And the girls?
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy. You weren't in your room, were you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something.
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the weak.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
Was Nagito in the same room on the strawberry side that Sonia was? He couldn't.
You're definitely fucking lying.
Is the deluxe, or I guess do the deluxe rooms have a lot of sound dampening?
However, that is also true for me. It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it.
To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too.
Oh, okay, so it was the deluxe rooms. You couldn't hear it from the deluxe rooms.
Who had the deluxe rooms on the guy's side?
It was... Oh, it was Nagito and Nekomaru. I'm pretty sure Nekomaru had one.
Okay.
Maybe? I could be wrong.
I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it, but it wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
The only people who didn't hear the rumbling noise were Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The secret is what these three have in common. Could this also be the secret that points to the killer? Oh, Hangman's Gambit again. Looks sweet.
Deluxe.
No. Now, there's one. Whoops, shoot it. X. Okay, so take that U for later. Right?
No, isn't it deluxe rooms?
Rooms, plural? Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I read that though. Yeah, you're right. But I don't need to use. Oh. There we go.
I got it!
I want to go pretty quickly.
Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right?
I just assumed it was like deluxe suite or something. No, that doesn't actually make sense.
If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
The guest rooms are about that by quality grade. The deluxe room is soundproof and has excellent air insulation. That's why. Standard room may have so-so insulation, but it's still pretty decent. And the Chromie room has severe airflow and draft problems.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that, and I think one of us said something like, "Oh, someone's definitely gonna get murdered in those rooms."
Yeah, I think yeah, it might have been you. Actually, you might have said
Yeah.
that.
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation.
So they couldn't hear anything. Damn.
You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent?
Wow.
What a prick.
Now then, you guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
I like how, I mean, I like how after this, since we never actually explained to the rest of the class that whole aspect, we're still going to have to explain that to them, even though Nagito just said that the Reserve Corps student thing, but, you know.
Hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
Decisive factor?
Somehow I feel like I understand what Nagito means. Killer Among Us. Killer Murder Nekomaru. Okay, so now I'm picking. Oh god. So my thought is that it is someone from one of the deluxe rooms, was the idea he was getting across. So I want to say it's Sonia.
Yeah, that's. I mean, remember at the beginning when we started the session, that's kind of what I thought. Again, at least back then there was nothing backing it up. But
the only other one would be Chiaki, right? Gundam came to the room. Akane heard the sound. Yeah, the only other person would be Chi. Or it's a Nekomaru suicide in the end.
Crap!
That's the only... Right?
just go for it.
Crap!
No.
No.
That's literally giving me all here. I pretty much can just pick whoever. It wasn't...
It was us all along.
Yeah.
I love that we can choose ourselves.
It was Hajime.
No. Okay, we're gonna go through all the options. Gundam was with Kazuichi and Fuyuhiko, though, right?
I believe so.
I love it.
I had to.
Like I said.
That's right.
Okay,
It
well,
was
there's
me.
only so many options left. Wow.
Right, Kazuichi?
Yeah.
I mean, even though he did it, help fix the elevator.
Okay, there's two options left. So I'm gonna try Gundam before I try Fuyuhiko.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're the only one.
Really?
Oh,
but we just went over this whole thing.
Gundam? There's something on
No! My other favorite voice.
When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
Yeah, that was the... Okay. That's the whole reason why I didn't think it was him.
If the bell of catastrophe
Oh, was he
rings
the...
throughout the night,
Gundam had the
it is
other
the
deluxe
universe's
room.
providence to stop it.
That's
yeah,
what it was.
That's why I asked, like, who on the guy's side had
I forgot that it was him because this was a week ago, and I assumed based on the evidence we had gathered and that the fact that he came out that Nekomaru was the one in the other deluxe room. But okay, that was the important thing. So it was going to be in the deluxe room. If we were playing this in succession, I would have probably remembered that.
Gundam
but...
now.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it...
Gundam?
Oh,
There's
poor
only one
Sonia.
possibility.
I know.
You weren't in your room at the time.
That's the sad part about this. That's the real sad part about this.
That's why,
So this-
even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko.
Me?
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Nekomaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
I like how out of the 3 voices you had starting on this game, you're now about to lose the other one that is actually unique and not just your voice.
Yeah. And
In order
it's
to do that, The
Kazuichi.
killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room.
Just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Because I was in the
I mean, I can
lounge.
imagine him thinking about his hamsters. His hamsters don't have any food.
No, that's... Well, didn't he say that he had something for them, actually?
Or did he?
I think he did. I think it's because I think someone specifically
So the
asked
killer
about
couldn't
that.
go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
No?
Hey, what are you doing? This ruckus, it's louder than the supreme ruler of the netherworld bellowing for a sacrifice. Don't go making all that noise so suddenly.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
I don't know that he was thinking about
If
that.
Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but... How ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Damn.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess?
Ooh.
The answer
Oh.
is 10. That's
So,
right,
like,
I
meaning...
possess
Okay.
10
Yeah,
ears.
that's how I heard it.
That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Is that your argument? You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence.
Oh,
Why
no.
he's getting
At the
nervous.
time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm. That's right. That's all it was.
Do
world
the
is
deluxe rooms
always
have
so
their own
simple.
bathrooms?
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway.
That's supposed to be.
So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's
What
obvious
is that supposed to
Gundam
be?
is
What
the
are you
killer.
saying? What is that supposed to... That's suspicious.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of like this second one is people like saying really suspicious things like right at the end, which
Yeah.
make us question everything.
So, yeah, what I'm getting from this, and what I'm thinking is happening here is, Gundam actually isn't the killer. Gundam's telling the truth about this, and
I think
Nagito
so.
is
Nagito.
taking the killer's side. No, I don't think
Mhm.
he's Nagito's the killer. I think Nagito's taking the killer's side here,
Okay.
and he's trying to rush the vote to get
I
his kill,
think
like he
that
did in
killer
the
is
first
Nagito.
trial,
Yeah.
You know, Hajime,
which is possible, but it's not. But it could just be that Gundam is the killer. But...
this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say, it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers. Seriously, let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it? At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well,
Here we
let's just
go.
save that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
Not quite.
You said opening act again!
Probably the stuff about the Future Foundation and, actually, yeah, probably that stuff.
Please hold on. We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal.
And maybe who the traitor is, too.
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
The thing is, if this were anyone else, I'd say, okay, this is it, he's sus. He's just trying to, like, he's back into a corner. But seems like, even if Gundam is not lying here, this is how he would do it.
Since
Of
the
all
beginning?
characters, he's the only one who would.
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
The elevator was broken from the Grape House side.
I see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
That's wrong. When something is obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. Oh man, God, this one's gonna be tough, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's a long time. Open doorknob. Okay.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses.
Okay, I have a feeling.
As long as that elevator was broken.
No, there was another way.
No, wait.
Collapses.
Even the hatch.
The only means to travel between the two houses
is not true.
because there's a secret hatch.
Yes.
Is that
If the killer
like what are the
cannot return to
options?
Strawberry House.
I don't
Since
think
I was
it
at
is.
Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer do you plan
That's
to lecture?
interesting.
Secret passageway
Why
to
don't we stop this already?
I think.
Yeah, I got the copy secret passageway.
Yeah.
Contradiction is when something is obviously wrong. There's no contradiction I can't shoot through. I'm going to find out what that is. For the sake of everyone's hope, I'll shoot through the contradiction. Yeah, okay, so I have to copy secret passageway
Your assumption.
Plus, the
and
ele
use it
broke
to
in a
shoot
grape house.
the
The killer
first
cannot.
one.
Since I was at, there's no question that the follow.
It would have been different if.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
Oh my god, her voice gets so low when I slow it down.
Why don't we stop this already?
That elevator was the only means of travel with.
Yep,
No, that's wrong.
right on the button. So he used the secret passageway, so it is Gundam after all.
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Such a method does not exist.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
Okay, well, obviously,
Nagito.
that's Nagito.
You're the only one!
This is the third time I had to pick somebody.
Nagito, you should know.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House
But
to the
see,
third floor of Grape
My
House.
thing is, he must have known about it beforehand, because it's like he wouldn't have committed the murder and then,
Well-
like, you know, unless he already knew about that passageway. You know
I
what
mean, we already knew that whoever was the killer had to go through the final dead room.
Yeah. So, would he have done it again then? Because that's the only other way.
Yeah, I
You know
think
what I mean?
I'm pretty sure they can
'Cause
just.
unless he had prior knowledge, it's like I don't think he would have.
Well, no. The person who committed the murder did the final dead room before the murder. That's the only way they would have even known how to do the murder in the first place. Because they had to have seen the window to know the structure of the building to do the murder in the first place.
Yeah, but I'm saying then they would have used a secret passageway again.
Well, once you complete the dead room, you can come and go as you please.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot about that fact. Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up.
Wow. What a way to
You're
put it.
right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once,
Yeah,
you can
okay.
pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
Okay.
However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
Not possible.
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
What did you say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
That's not your line.
Oh my.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Stop. This argument is exhausting. Just listening to it makes me tired. Okay. So that words he does not taste.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I can't back down.
Enough. Okay.
I already proved the secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
Oh, I didn't even see what it was. I accidentally cut it without looking at it.
Damn it!
That sucks.
Even if the turbid box doesn't
Oh,
exist,
and I hate this one.
you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Oh man, this one is tough.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Okay, good enough. Right? No, that... What?
Even
That
if
was
the turbid
enough.
box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes.
Okay.
Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Really? Okay.
Even
This
if the
sucks.
turbid box doesn't
So
exist,
bad as this one.
you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail
When you do these, you don't have to aim, right? Is it
do.
just
You
clicking?
are
Oh, you
aiming.
do.
That's what makes it so hard.
That's so hard. I didn't realize that. I thought it was also just timing.
There we go. Yeah, you do actually have to aim them. That's why it's so
I already
hard.
proved the secret passage exists.
And I'm using... If I actually wanted to... It would probably be easier with the mouse. And
Know the
keyboard,
limits of
probably.
your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
Probably need to try to find the evidence the killer went to the Octagon, right? In this case, I should have it too. The key which draws in the... So,
Know the
a weapon?
limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur!
Switch.
If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion,
Oh, the
at
wire.
least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
Okay, so I gotta find the wire.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon.
There we go.
Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blood.
Okay.
Cut through those words.
Boy. There's a lot of things you have to
That is
micromanage
Why I
in
used to
these.
string up Nekomaru's body. The hammer that looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower.
I might try doing that one with the mouse and keyboard next time. I might make it a little
Those are all
easier.
the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the Octagon. There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the Octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end. Normally we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case.
Wow.
But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act, so I'm going to end this right now.
Hey, what do you...
First of all, by messing with all the clocks in the
He's
building,
doing the...
Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru.
He's doing the
The
closing
elevator was
argument.
probably broken by that point.
That's kind of hilarious.
Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower.
That's funny.
which
I
was
can't...
supposed
I
to
don't
be
even
the
have
meetup
control over the
So
pace
he
of
tried
this
going over
either.
to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If
I'm
Nekomaru
really
didn't go
sad
to Strawberry
that it's
Tower,
gonna be Gundam.
what would
I
the
have
killer
to
have
say.
done then?
Yeah, I like
I'm very
Gundam a lot.
disappointed.
I
Yeah.
liked Gundam
It
too.
was fun. And the Gundam...
I want to hear his motive.
The Gundam Sonya stuff was fun.
Yeah, like it's such a weird combination, but it kind of makes sense.
I wouldn't he?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties, but even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
Yeah, true.
And without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay?
Yep, you go.
Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru, so by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
Hold on! You... What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
What?
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all!
He was powerless.
Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
It appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
Your
What do
choice
you
words.
intend to do?
It's obvious! I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions!
Are you saying you still have more?
Maybe
You still have
something
room to
happened,
argue?
like maybe Monokuma made the Mechamaru do something. You know what I mean? Like to like get someone to try to kill him or attack him or something. Because like how can we also fully trust that Mechamaru isn't like they didn't put something to operate Mechamaru?
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't know.
like, I would not put it past,
Yeah.
like, this second one to like, play a little bit dirty. Because
Yeah,
I think
I
he's
mean,
been playing a
for,
little
like,
bit dirtier in the second one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember
So-
when they first turned him into a robot. I remember saying, like, what if they altered his programming into doing something?
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I don't know that they would have done that, but I don't know. Maybe he did something. But are you saying that, like, he did something to elicit a reaction from Gundam?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Possibly. Because, like, I feel like Gundam wouldn't just attack unprovoked. Like, it could be something small, like...
Maybe, but the
Yeah.
amount of planning
Insult.
required to make all
Yeah.
this happen makes that seem unlikely.
Okay.
Because you need to actually have gone through the final dead room and figured out the mystery of the funhouse, and bring the weapon. He has to bring the wire and the hammer and everything. Put him to sleep. It's just like, it seems like way too meticulous of a plan for it to just be a spur of the moment thing, right? But I mean, I guess we'll see. There might be something here.
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
Ooh. That's the angle we're going with?
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Wait a minute.
Just as I thought, truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument, it was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass
Are they
your
implying
own
there
human
was an accomplice?
limitations.
I mean, he could have used a hamster as a distraction.
I was just thinking maybe he meant his hamsters.
Yeah.
You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
Now, if you just shut up for a second, I'll get there, though. I guess you really don't want to admit it. Then, just as you requested, I will provide an argument that'll leave you no choice but to be persuaded. What do we got? Panic talk action. Okay.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka
Oh, that's
Empire!
right.
Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! Show me the cadaver!
Now let's do this.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied!
I got it.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! For the Tanaka Empire! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! It's Nekomaru's back. Do you really think I can get behind him so
Damn it,
easily?
I already fucked it up. Hey.
It's Nekomaru's back. Do you really think I
There
can
we
get
go.
behind?
This is the end.
I love that the image of him being shocked, like they added the
Even if you
hamsters
didn't
to
get
it.
behind
Yeah.
Nekomar, you should have been able to press the
Yep.
button on the back of his neck. As long as you have the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Oh?
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Of course that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundams.
Yeah.
In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes,
They
right?
pushed the button. This might be one of your last chances.
I know. Emissary of evil, in accordance with our ancient contract, the time has come to lend me your aid. Pierce through Supernova Silver Fox Sandy.
Man.
Choo choo.
Press the button.
Truly, this is a Skyline lamentation art of the demon mouse. Soon, the door of destiny shall open.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue,
Oh, don't remind me.
one of Gundam's
I miss
hamsters
her.
retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right?
Yeah.
True.
Hey,
But like, I mean, he's been
with your friends and their
advertising that
exceptionally smart
his
brains,
hamsters are like
it must have been
amazing. So like,
possible
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
to secretly get one
Can't
of them
say
behind
at this point that
Nekomaru
they're not
and
good
press
enough
the
to
button
press
on
the
the back
button.
of his neck.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
How about it, Gundam?
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say
Aww.
you admit it?
It appears I've obtained
Sonia.
a one-way ticket
I
to
feel
hell.
so bad for Sonia.
Fine.
I
Then you
know.
must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own two hands.
Oh boy. Oh, now I make it. But Nagito already went over it. Whatever. We already did this. Okay, whatever. Who set the lounge's own clock? Who set the lounge clock's alarm? Actually, yeah. Let's look what we have. Wrapping the chain around the doorknob. Kiss the pillar. Damn it. Alarm set for 5:30 a.m. It's 5 a.m. right now. Okay. Fuyuhiko can't sleep. There's a huge hammer. So who was in the lounge since early morning?
Okay, yeah.
Fuyuhiko there? Yeah, there we go. What time did Fuyuhiko see Nekomaru? Alarm set for 5:30. It's 5 a.m. right now. Right? Okay. Nekomaru's weakness is...
No, that's gonna be a later one.
It's gonna be the button, yeah. The wire wrapped around Nekomaru's feet. The killer destroyed what after leaving the tower? That's the button. What was the fake weapon left in the tower? That's the hammer. Yep. Okay. What do we got now? Messing with the base of the contact elevator.
I guess go from the beginning again.
Well, I have. I think that's this one.
Yeah.
Made up because of the lounge. It's the wire wrapped around Nekomaru's feet. They did what to the alarm in Nekomaru's chest? Okay, they set it for 7:30. Nekomaru's weakness is. Oh, the claw. No? Okay.
No, it's gonna be the button.
Oh, you're right, it's the button. I literally said that before. Yeah, what else do we have? What's this one? Who's the alarm? Okay, so meet up. So that's not any of these.
No,
Okay, so there's gonna be something later. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's the wire. Yeah, we should just go to the end and get through all the things. Who gathered at the lounge? Okay, so that's them. Why did Nekomaru fall? Who heard the rumble?
The broken handle. The broken handle on the
Yeah.
last choice, yep.
And then this one is these guys gathered at the lounge.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay, so the button goes back. Akane also heard something from the room. I think that one might be here. Oh no, that one's already there. Nekomaru wakes up to sleep. Grabbed the wire around Nekomaru's feet, and I woke up at. Who heard the rumbling noise? Oh, so that's that one. Okay. Then we have.
The wire wrapped around. Oh wait, no, that's already there.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. So. Well, let's put the button down. Yeah. Okay, that's what I figured.
No. Okay. That's
And
I like how they even made the hamsters look evil.
Nekomaru dangling midair, hamster murder, alarm set for 5:30, so 40 a.m. right? That's first one, and I think this is the last one. Yeah, they did make the hamsters look
Here's
evil.
everything that happened in this case. Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead room. This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building. On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Taichi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower.
I love all the gear whirs whenever he moves.
So he decided to try going
Oh
to
yeah, you're right. That's a cute addition. It even says clank.
Yeah, but also the sound it plays well when the thing is moving too. It actually makes the sound.
But the killer was waiting for him there.
So he actually went on the attack.
They look terrifying.
Yeah. I like how there's still the chunky one though.
Yes, of course.
With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck.
I love that it was a chonky one that
This
did it.
forced him to enter sleep
Yes,
mode,
it had to be.
rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building's structure that they used to kill Nekomaru. Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending, and Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful. And placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others.
I know. I'm also we're all very broken up about Gundam being the one. Very sad.
When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up.
It's also very sad for Sonya. It's sad for Sonya, it's sad for Gundam, it's sad for the hamsters. It's just bad all around. Very sad.
I'm like dying to know what the motive was.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
super
he was
curious
still hanging
too.
upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob. But because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed
So
throughout
sad.
the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room.
Yeah.
They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Splendid. That was splendid.
I mean, at
For a
least he's
mere
enjoying
human,
it.
you did quite well.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth. Or I'll
And
friggin'
poor
kill you
Akane.
myself.
Yeah, Akane's now lost Nekomaru twice.
Twice, yeah.
I
Oh.
cannot believe it. I just cannot believe
And Sonya's just heartbroken.
It's so sad.
you killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
Sad. Okay, phase 2, we bombed pretty hard. Phase 6, phase 8. Last two one.
Overall, still not bad.
That one wasn't the worst. We had like. Can I actually like look at what they are? Detail. Oh. Oh, that's not really. Missteps, 38 points. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean there were a couple times where we struggled pretty hard. One of these is probably us picking Gundam as the killer because he was the second to last person we picked.
Yeah.
This result isn't all that exciting. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Please pull the lever! Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
Root Monokuma tongue. Ugh, it'd be bad if I bit my tongue again, so I'll speak slow. Judging from the results. You guys are correct once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement. That's right, the one who killed the robotic Nekomaru in the amazing funhouse was Gundam Tanaka.
Nice!
Yeah, I said all that without biting my tongue.
Now then.
Now that we've decided who the killer is, let's do the execution already and get this over with. Hold on. It's true the class trial is finished, but that doesn't mean that the incident is over. We can't finish yet until we hear it from Gundam.
Jeez.
No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. Well, I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like.
Fall, my tears.
This is it.
Why do you want to talk to the one who has lost? The loser merely leaves. It would just be unnecessary for me to say something.
No, we want to know why you did it.
Listen well.
It's what I would like to say, but for honor's sake, I shall correct one thing.
Correct.
How pitiful.
You guys said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
That's what he's... Okay.
That, however, is a great mistake.
Huh?
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight. That is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died.
Damn it!
You just muted yourself again.
Oh,
You
sorry.
like double clicked it, I guess.
Yeah. Lost and died?
This, too, must be the will of
He was
causality.
just trying to cling to life. There are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
You.
What do you mean? Explain.
Fine, then. I shall reveal it all.
Let's make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse. And I devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away, or even called for help. But he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
A fight that risks life and... A fight that risks life and death?
Let me tell you this.
He was serious, too. He gave it his all to try to kill me. If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated.
True.
You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
Wow, yeah, what the fuck if that happened?
I can see it!
Nobody would know that the victim, me was actually the one who planned this whole thing.
Could it be?
Mekamaru really did that?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this.
You have the feeling the Nekomaru.
This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
That's a great one.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid!
I get the feeling Nekomaru was willing to.
In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might.
Okay.
I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
That is...
Well, why? Why did you fight? We're all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong.
I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you.
Let me tell you this.
However, I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die?
You weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. This is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation. Wait, are you telling us just wait until we starve to death?
We'd rather have that happen to us than have our friends kill each other. Huh? Do you mean that you'd rather die?
Fall, my tears.
Ever since we were locked inside that building, everyone had been dominated by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch, you will die!
Giving up on life, that's just an insult to life itself.
Let me ask.
Have you fools heard of the term dog eat dog?
Cannibalism?
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lifespan engage in cannibalism.
Listen well.
This is what it means to live. If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this world.
If a world would consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy toward life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity.
You.
Are you saying all that just to justify what you did?
But it sounds like Nekomaru felt the same, too. That's why they fought, right?
Damn it.
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I've betrayed you all. That is the absolute truth.
Fall, my tears.
But even so, don't you think it's a better alternative to slowly starving to death here?
Oh.
That belief is why you committed your crime.
You...
Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Hit all 6 bullets in the chamber.
Let's make history.
Unlike Nagito, I only did it once, but... Compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was mere child's play.
Well?
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that... Well, it's also because you unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance.
Gundam, don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you?
I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name is Gundam.
Just who do you think I am? I am Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster.
Yeah.
Okay, this makes a lot more sense for him.
Yeah. So, yeah, that does make sense. And as we were getting into this conversation, I started kind of like feeling that this is where it was going. And
Yeah,
so it's
like the sacrifice.
Yep. So here's the interesting part. They talked about how all of the cases up till now were linked in some way with the cases from the Killing School Life. So which the misdirection was, as we talked about it potentially being a misdirection, was that the idea was this was a suicide. This is what they wanted you to think. Now, of course, they brought that up, so it's like we had it in the back of our minds and we were thinking about it, but also at the same time, wasn't going to be the case. But the way it's connected is that it was
A sacrifice.
A sacrifice, yeah, for the rest of the group.
And it makes sense for his character because he likes to like act like he's tough, but on the inside he's like a huge softie, and he prefers to do the right thing, but like covers it up with like this like, oh, I'm evil type of thing. That makes a lot more sense.
Yep.
Poor Sonia, she's probably like falling in love with him even more.
Right.
Fade like dust in the wind.
Not in a million, not in a billion, not in 10,000 billion years. In the name of pandemonium, is it impossible?
Is that it? Then I'll just leave it at that.
Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It's about time the fun started. Monokuma, let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, got it. I have prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka.
Please wait.
Please, this is just too much. Oh no, Sonia.
I beg of you.
Please, Monokuma, please help Gundam.
Huh?
Is Sonia?
Yeah, he's so conflicted about that. He's like,
Yeah.
I beg of you.
Please, I beg of you.
Oh,
Pitiful.
Sonia. An act as unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself.
Gundam.
it's fine to start for reals, right?
fine.
Yes, I do not mind. However...
So sad.
What is it, my 4 dark devas of destruction?
Oh, no!
I hope he
Why did
leaves
they
one
have
to
to
Sonya,
do that?
please.
Why do they have to do this to us?
Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared 4 dark devas of destruction.
Oh my
That is
god.
not
I
like you
really
at
hope they go to
all.
Sonya.
Yeah, same.
However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end, pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
My throat will never be the same after that dialogue.
Yeah, I imagine. Well, it's okay. You never have to do it again.
But...
Oh yeah, I was hoping it'd be some sort of like animal style execution.
Dope.
Makes sense. Oh, the little they're so
Yes,
cute.
leave them to safety.
Oh.
He's drawing a magic circle. And it did nothing for him, apparently.
Poor hamsters.
Oh my god, it's so fucking sad.
Oh. It's so cute. Oh no, he did it just so he could make sure he was going to animal heaven. I guess.
You were my favorite, Sandy.
Oh my god. Why am I so upset about that?
It's so sad.
It's so sad. Gundam. No, no.
Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still lingered deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant? Then, what's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it! I'm so pissed off. I need to throw something.
Damn it!
You all spent so much time worrying about each other, and thanks to that, things ended up like this.
What?
You're all full of shit, every last one of you.
What?
But the biggest piece of shit is me.
The worst.
Damn it. Why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not,
You are right.
Gundam will most likely crawl his way out of hell, and I presume he will be very cross with us.
You're right. You're right. we shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We can't allow that.
Hey!
So, how long are you guys gonna stand around chattering? Class trial's over, so it's okay for you to hurry back over to Jabberwock Island. However, the killing school trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Wait!
On. How much longer are you gonna keep doing this?
Seriously, how long is he going to keep doing this? How long is this going to continue?
Now then.
Alright, after feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry back and eat some food.
Oh man, Akane.
Hey!
Hold on a sec. The mood shift is too damn fast.
It's not like that.
Well, you know, it's like Gundam and Nekomaru said. That's what it means to live, right?
Oh, she's crying.
Yeah.
She's certainly something else.
But seriously, I'm starving.
Hey.
Then, let's go back for now and eat. Oh yeah, because they still haven't eaten.
they had a little bit. Remember Monokuma brought them
Yeah.
bread and milk? So they
Yeah.
didn't have nothing, but yeah, they're probably pretty fucking hungry.
And then, after we're full, let's sleep as much as we want.
Yeah, that's
She's probably stoked for that.
Oh yeah.
Right?
And then, let's do our best again.
Yeah, you're right. With this, the class trial has come to an end, and once again we return to Jabberwock Island. Size of our group has definitely diminished, but despite that, even if it was just the rest of us, we did our best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was only superficial, but at that moment we were able to forget about the dark despair looming before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. He suddenly disappeared from our sight. Nagito. Yep, I'm definitely lucky. I never expected to obtain so many valuable things from a simple game of Russian roulette. Oh, he never fucking told us any of the Future Foundation shit either.
Yeah.
Thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of our true enemy. And before everyone else, too. But it's just too funny. I mean, no one can tell that I was lying. There's no way the file had just Hachime's information.
Well,
I guess they were too busy with other matters. Or maybe they've reached their limit. Regardless, I was saved. Things would get complicated if they found out. Anyway, I can't forgive this.
damn it.
This should never be forgiven. There's no way I can let this run loose. I'll be the one who stops this once and for all. Even if it costs me my life.
It's obvious.
For the sake of hope, I cannot ignore this.
Monokuma appears!
Alright, Monokuma's arrived. Who summoned me?
Now then.
Thanks for coming. What's this?
Why, it's the little Nagito. Are you all alone tonight, too?
What's the matter?
So, what's up? Your face looks scary. I see, so you can tell. Ah, perhaps you found out who the traitor is. You know me well.
Wow.
Is what I'd like to say, but unfortunately, I haven't learned that yet. I see, so even you don't know, huh? Looks like the final showdown is going to take a little more time.
Hello.
So, what are you telling me anyway? Were you finally going to confess your love?
Hey.
I summoned you because there's something I really need to ask you. It's about the special prize from the final dead room. Oh yeah, what about it? There was information about 16 people in the file I received. But isn't that weird?
Say what?
What's weird?
You don't even know?
Well, there's a traitor from the Future Foundation hiding among us, right? Including that person, the total number of students would be 16, right?
Isn't that right?
But this file contains documents that were created at Hope's Peak Academy, right?
Of course.
That's right, I just reused the stuff that the former headmaster spent a lot of time making.
But...
If this file even contains information about the traitor, was that person also a former student of Hope's Peak Academy?
Who knows?
I wonder.
Hey.
Could it be... Is this your doing? Did you slip false information into the file? Were you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity, but by obtaining this information? What's wrong with that? It was my job to heat things up. It's okay if I do something small like that, right?
Well...
That's not my point.
Right?
My point is, you already know who the traitor is. What's wrong with that?
You're getting all riled up.
Oh, you're splendidly correct when you say, I knew who the traitor was all along. Even though I know who it is, why do you think I ignored it on purpose? It's just like Monomi after losing her magic stick. The traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me. Their existence means nothing, huh?
No.
Well, that's just how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel somewhat different. After all, that person is the evil Future Foundation lackey who's putting you guys through this awful stuff. That's not entirely true. I didn't really come here to fight or anything like that. Instead, I came here to offer my cooperation, you know? Cooperation?
Hey.
Your purpose is to fill everyone on this island with despair, right? That's why you're intentionally letting the traitor do as they please, right? Yup. If that's the case, I might be able to cooperate somewhat too.
Right?
However, in exchange, I want to know who the traitor is. I see. Interesting. Very interesting.
No.
Obviously, that's a big no-no. I mean, I want to make everyone in your group feel despair. That includes you, too. Well, I knew you would say that. Besides, I just wouldn't be able to handle the sadness when you inevitably betray me later on. Ha! Yup. Just as I thought, you saw right through me.
You're right.
No matter what situation I find myself in, my core way of thinking will never change. In order to create absolute hope that shines brightly, stepladders such as myself and despair exist. You're right. You're a true believer of hope after all. I must say, that belief reminds me of that person for some reason.
Huh?
Reminds you? I don't know who you're talking about, but if someone as worthless as me reminds you of some other person, they must be extremely unlucky. Well, you're just as unlucky, right? I mean, the fact that you're even involved in something like this.
Wow.
Am I? I actually think I'm very lucky.
Say what?
Huh?
You don't know?
Wouldn't you say that coming across this much despair is a rather rare opportunity? I can't rely on anyone on this island. That's why I have to be the one who does it. If I can eliminate despair from this island, I won't be a stepladder anymore. I'll become true hope. I'll become an existence that can even be called ultimate hope. The two of you are alike. You definitely remind me of him. Hey, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
See?
Who are you waiting for on this island? Huh? Looks like I'm right again. You're definitely waiting for someone on this island. Is the person you're waiting for already on this island?
Hey.
Well, answer my question.
That's...
If that's the case, if that person is already on this island, wouldn't that be exciting? Man, how much time do we have left? "5 days. And that is it, the end of chapter 4. Surviving students, we're down to 7 now, yeah.
You know, I always forget what the title is of the chapter, and
Yeah.
it actually does give away like a good amount of hints, but I always forget it, and I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah.
'Cause then it's
At
like,
least, yeah, that one definitely, like, I don't know. See, the thing is, I don't know if that chapter really we didn't think anything of it when we first saw it. It's only after we know what it's hinting at that we kind of know, right? But, yeah, I know what you mean. I got the Hellhound earring. Oh, man. So, but that's definitely, but we're gonna stop here. This is, next time we will continue with the beginning of chapter 5. We are finally making some progress on this game. So I will say, if you are watching this on YouTube later, please feel free to like the video and subscribe. That would help me out a lot, and you should think about coming by my Twitch channel, where we stream these every week and record these live. That link to that will be in the description. And yeah, hope you have a good night, and I'll see you next time.